y'all, man? We back with another video, man. How y'all know if y'all doing great today? You know what I'm saying? Today we got horrifying things called that gas stations part 6. I don't know if I did all the other parts, but we finna get into this part. Y'all know how gas stations get down. Don't act oblivious to any gas station situation that you see on this screen, because you know how gas station go. Finna get to the video though. Who has it rhyme though? He trying to break through that motherfucker, but God,
when I ask you,
dang.
where do you think the most dangerous crimes are committed? You're likely to think
He
of
trying to break in them.
but gas stations won't be on your list. You'd be wrong though.
Dang,
Everyone is catching on now because gas stations remain one of the most dangerous places on Earth. From the threat of fire, explosion, and armed robbery to some of the most painful scams you'll ever see, gas stations have become very dangerous, and you must be careful when you stop for gas.
You're not supposed to smoke this
some of the most horrifying things
what the world?
gas stations all over the world.
Oh nah,
be sure
bro,
to
it's
like
too
and
much
subscribe
going
to
on.
the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. We share new videos every other week, so be sure to click that notification button. Bike gang raids a gas station in Wythenshawe, Manchester, England. Bike gangs leave you feeling uncertain. Are they criminals or are they the good guys? In this video, they're definitely not.
Man, this joint is crazy,
this
bro.
gas station looking all menacing
All them
with their helmets
bikes.
in huge numbers. They're not wearing matching gear, which makes it difficult to identify what group they may belong to. Some of them quickly rush into the station store and grab things off the shelves. One of the bikes keels over and the rider will need a hand to raise it while all hell was breaking loose around them.
Dang, bro, them boys in that bit going crazy.
There's no violence, but these bikers certainly
What you do as like a law enforcement? What you got? What
they
you do?
succeeded completely, but one still wonders what else they could have had in mind. Burglary at a Deramu gas station in Brimbank, Australia. For a moment there, I thought we were seeing the chainsaw being put to a new and dangerously innovative use, but
He breaking that bit down, bro.
Wielded by a well-built criminal intent on having his way. Take a second look to see the moment the first hit was made on the glass door. It gave me a jolt.
Dang, boy.
The man barging the door succeeds in carving out an imperfect entrance, marching right into the gas station. He steps back out of his hole to grab what looks like a bag, as well as his partner in crime who walks in behind them. Both of them walking around with determined steps, and we must conclude that they knew exactly what they wanted to steal and where it could be found. Boom goes the gas station in Russia.
Oh my God.
If the hammer in the last video made your heart skip, the explosion in this one will probably have you jumping out of your seat.
Dang,
If you watch
that happened
closely,
in
the
Russia?
explosion isn't so unexpected because there was a small
That like some
fire
animated
first,
joint. It look
small
animated,
smoke
but it
billowing
look
to
real
the left
though.
and to the right, but no one reacted fast enough
Dang,
to keep this
bro.
from escalating. Then suddenly you see the first sign, the burst of flames, and almost immediately the explosion, which appears to have taken more than just the gas station. The fire continues to burn seriously for minutes, and there's simply no sign of the fire service or any attempt at putting it out. You'll remember how the street was packed with cars in the opening part of the video. This would have been much worse if those cars were all
Yeah,
still
them car right there
fire
still?
took off.
No.
$69 US Special Forces device turns men into beasts. It emulates 54,000.
Captive finds her
Bruh, they
freedom
be
at a
selling
New Jersey
anything,
gas
bro.
station. Who knew freedom could be regained at a gas station? Certainly not me, but this woman will be eternally grateful for the proximity of this gas station store and the quick thinking of the cashier inside. The information we have shows that the woman appears to have been held captive for a whole year by her accused captor, and on this
Whole
day she
year?
found the opportunity to run and quickly grabbed it with both hands. You can see her run into the gas station, her frantic sprinting caught on the security camera. The man who had kidnapped her and held her captive is the one in the blue top who came right after her before an employee with quick wits locks him out to keep the woman safe. Who owns the dog at the door, though?
He's on
A little
crazy,
extra
bro.
information: the police have arrested the kidnapper, and he'll face the
How
long
you-
arm of
how
the
can you
law.
kidnap
Although
somebody
I think a whole
hold it
year
for
is such a
a
long
year,
time
bro?
to be in a captivity.
Dang, bro.
Carjacker at a Miami gas station. Once you notice your tank is getting empty, the first thought is to find a gas station and put some gas in the car. Oftentimes, safety is a secondary consideration. The man probably didn't think there was any
Shit.
danger at all, as he was so relaxed and even took a phone call moments before the video begins, as we see
Yeah,
him holding
tripping,
his
bro.
phone. The thief simply walks up to him, his hood covering his head and keeping his features slightly hidden. Once the gun was pulled out, the car owner simply surrenders without as much as a fight. Sometimes this is the best decision.
See, he think
You walk away with
everything's
your
just
rifle
sweet,
and the
bro.
deep pain of watching a criminal drive away in your car. Hopefully there's a tracker in there or something, because a Bentley like this one shouldn't exist without protection. But that's just me, hoping this man gets his car
Dang, that's a Bentley too, bro.
back. Tragedy of
Dang, I don't know what I'd do in that situation. Like, I don't know, bro. I went. First of all, I'm not walking. I'm not walking all the way over there. My car all the way over there, bro. I'm having that. I always have my door like slightly cracked because I keep my, you know what I'm saying. I keep my shit on the seat, so I can just quick to open that bit, grab that bit. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell obviously he too comfortable. You can't get comfortable, bro. That's what it be about, bro. Never get comfortable.
When a car loses control on the road, the last place you'd want to end up is a gas station. Worse still, the last thing you'd want to hit is a gas pump, but for this driver, he did both, ending up at a gas station and hitting a gas pump, which led to the fire you see on screen. It's eating up the affected car quickly. The occupants of the car were lucky to have concerned people around who quickly swung into action and rushed in to help them escape the fire, which was only just starting.
I didn't know what to think at the time. I was frightened that someone might have been hurt.
Watch as they all run fast to put distance between themselves and the fire or a possible explosion.
I'd have been running
From the
away
video
too, bro.
we'd seen earlier is likely
You
when
should hit a
small
gas
fire
pump,
starts
bro.
at a gas station.
A huge fire.
Any fire
At some
stop at
point,
the gas station, you gotta leave that.
stop at all.
Thankfully, there wasn't an explosion, and the fire service soon arrived to get everything under control. Again, who cares about the car when life is preserved? Shooting at a gas station in Lakeland, Florida. Most of the loud bangs you hear on the 4th of July are fireworks marking Independence Day and the celebration that goes on all over the country, but some of those sounds are dangerous and certainly not from fireworks. These masked men on screen are decidedly carrying something worse than fireworks.
Wear some phone
They parked
posits
their car
on.
at a mobile station and walked over to hide behind a storage unit away from cameras and prying eyes while they waited for their target.
It's heartbreaking because no one deserves this.
It was a man who was returning from a 4th of July event with his girlfriend.
Obviously, somebody disliked them. We want to know why, though. Why did y'all dislike him that much?
Like the rest of us, when the wife heard that sound, she thought it was fireworks. A simple mistake anyone could have made on the 4th of July.
Dang, bro.
Gas swap scam in Roseville,
You
California.
gotta walk down, man.
Watch closely to see what this scam artist and many like him do at gas stations. First, they switch the gas nozzles, then wait for an unsuspecting buyer to come into the gas station. The moment you pick up a nozzle and put it into your tank, the scammer does the same, and the gas you think is going into your tank is going into the criminal's tank.
They, on the other side of the island, are actually using your nozzle to steal gas.
It's so simple you'd think people would know when it's
It's
happening, but most
crazy.
times people never find out until it's too late.
We've seen a few cases historically where this has worked, and we've been able to fortunately catch people.
To ensure you're
That's
never
crazy,
make
bro.
sure the hose you put in your tank is on the right side. It has to be on the same side and shouldn't cross over from the other side of the pump. Scammers have pulled off this one numerous times, and you need to be careful as criminals continue to be creative.
Damn,
best
bro.
way
Niggas,
to burn
niggas
fat
getting
is
smarter
that
and
keto,
smarter with these
paleo,
bro.
fasting or vegan, and it's not super.
Dangerous
Dang,
fire
bro.
at a U.S. gas station. This happened so quickly you can see the reaction of the two people pumping the gas. They're resting their backs on the car while the pump is working when suddenly they both jump immediately after a fire started, their safety instinct kicking in first as they feared the worst.
I see those kind of videos a lot, but never one this close to home, though.
One of them rushes back to pull the nozzle out of the tank while the pump is still working, which caused the fire to
Dang.
escalate mildly.
How does that even
People
happen,
in the
though?
video probably have ice in their veins as they still go back, move the car away from the pump, and quickly douse the flames, which helped keep this tragedy under control. Reports say the fire might have been started by a cigarette or the car might have been left running. Whichever it is, I'm just glad it didn't escalate.
Oh, yeah.
Armed robbery at a Compton gas station. This robber didn't just come once. He came twice and robbed the same store at different times. How do we know? He wore the same mask and came wielding the same gun, a .45 revolver.
He used a .45 revolver, so he did point it at us as soon as he walked in.
The first time he came, he simply walked over to the counter, pointed his gun at the cashier, and demanded to have all the cash in the register. 2 days later, he dropped by again, walked around the counter, and demanded the manager who's in charge on the day open the cash register and, quote, "Give him everything you have." The thief made away with about $200. In both scenarios, the
Man,
ammo is the
bro.
same, and the mask and gun are the same.
Robbing
Every time
people
I
so.
go to sleep, I would see his
It's
face.
not so.
So it's scary.
A few days
Go to
earlier,
sleep.
outside the
See his
store, a
face.
woman was also robbed dramatically while she was trying to fill her tank. First, a man snatched the woman's phone while she was filling her gas, but while she struggled with him, his accomplice slid into her car, grabbed her purse, and jumped into their getaway vehicle. According to the manager, the robbery outside isn't related to the one inside.
How you never know
but
what
for
had happened, like
reason,
any
one
time
week,
type shit.
that's
It's not
scary.
crazy. That's why you gotta always be aware,
Gas pump
bro.
is a weapon.
I couldn't go.
This
I
man is
couldn't
my
go like
hero,
that.
and if there's a poster child for using what you have to your advantage, this man is that. Watch him pumping gas.
Damn,
into
them
his
niggas
car,
popped out. Them niggas
mask
hopped
very
out
aware
for
of his
D.
environment. The moment this bus pulls up on him, he's very quick in pulling the nozzle out of his tank and hoses them down quickly even before their door is fully open. Watch as he stays sharp, noticing the guy coming up to his right to get the jump on him and quickly giving that thief a good hosing down with fuel. These guys quickly realize that
Nigga pouring gas on him,
the
man.
prey that they thought he was and quickly get away from him. What happens if these boys drive by and open fire immediately after they leave the station? Is karma that fast?
See, that's the
Carjacking.
bad part about it, bro. When your gas tank on the other side, you gotta park and your driver's on the, you know what I'm saying? See, my junk on the same side, so I ain't gotta worry about that.
In Tewkesbury, England.
I just hop in the front seat, you know what I'm
This
saying?
woman's mistake was leaving her key in the car while she filled her tank. Watch as an opportunistic guy catches sight of what he felt was an easy steal and quickly swung into action. He jumped into the SUV, and while the woman fights back and sprays him with fuel, he manages to drive off, almost injuring the woman.
She was panicked and asking for a phone to call 911.
The quick reaction of the police helped save the day as a quick manhunt was called with dogs thrown into the mix, and soon enough, they found the woman's SUV abandoned with the suspect in the wind.
It was a car we have never seen before. How it was parked askew. We could see it right outside our window. We knew something was wrong once we saw all the police lights.
Another carjacking in Detroit.
Dang, bro.
Lots of
They
carjackings go on in gas
I'm
stations.
ready for that.
One may assume that this is a
You see that
normal
junk? That junk so
car
that's
runner
terrible,
will step
bro.
out of the car to fill the tank, and the criminals lie in wait for such.
Look at her door
criminals.
wide
In this
open,
woman's
bro.
case, she just finished filling her tank when she noticed the man making his way up to her. Suspecting something, she quickly moves towards the driver's side, but the thief must have threatened her with a weapon because she soon became mellow, standing aside without reacting. The man simply got into the car and drove off before the woman became animated again, running frantically for help.
That junk be,
She gets to the car.
that junk be crazy, bro. Somebody just hop in your car, just drive off. That junk is crazy, bro. Ain't gonna lie.
Running
Like,
for
that's
your
all-
life
I
in
couldn't.
Pennsylvania.
I don't know how. You never know what situation you get put in though. Like you really can't. You know what I'm
The
saying?
frantic young lady running with her hands up has just experienced something remarkably scary, and it's a marvel that she still has the presence of mind to seek help from the authorities. She was pumping gas when someone jumped into her car. She reacted quickly, jumping back in and trying to grab her keys when the criminal told her, "You're my hostage. They won't shoot a young black kid if there's a pretty white girl in the passenger seat." The criminal took her in the car and drove for 150 miles until they needed to refill the tank. The moment he stepped out of the car to fill the gas, the young girl saw her a moment and took it, rushing out of the car and running as fast as her feet could carry her. Luckily, there was a police car driving by right at that moment.
And she got lucky right there. Police driver right
to
there.
the station. The two men with the scary face masks you see on the screen are the armed robbers who shot and killed a store clerk in a Houston, Texas gas station. They took
Dang,
off in a
bro.
black sedan after their evil business.
This is horrible. This man, 29 years old, came to this country for a better life, and he gets gunned down for it. It's not right.
You can see one of them with a silver handgun pointed at the clerk. We can't know for certain which of the criminals had shot
Why you got
the
that mask
cashier,
on,
but the
bro?
authorities have started a hunt for them and also announced a reward for anyone who can help.
We will not let them get away with it. We are coming after you.
The scene is already protected with a crime scene tape. You can see friends of the cashier as well as the police who are seeking the slightest evidence to help with their investigation. Cops catch gas thieves in Texas.
Crazy, bro.
The cop must have suspected something fishy when he saw this truck parked suspiciously close to a gas pump with no one in sight. A car drives away as the officer
That can
draws
put you
close
on
and
the
it's
boot
conceivable
second,
that
bro.
the criminals seeking to steal it were in that car. What you see when the truck was opened will leave you in awe. These criminals were using a device to steal fuel off of the gas station, pumping it directly into the container in the back of the truck. It's also clever, and if the police officer hadn't tried to inspect the truck, the perps could have made away with about 250 gallons of fuel. Before we play the last
How they be getting so smart with this? Being
so why
so.
don't you consider subscribing
I
to
don't
the
know,
channel?
bro.
We post 2 new scary videos every week, so subscribe and click the notification button so you can stay up to date with new releases. SWAT team swarms a gas station in Philadelphia. Following the reports of gunfire at this gas station store, a heavy police presence can be seen. The SWAT officers can be seen as they make their way into the store, and when SWAT shows up, you know it's really serious. The bullet holes, which are at least 25 in number, as seen in the window, show that some serious shooting had been going on there.
We know at least 25 shots were fired.
The problem is, how do you know who was doing the shooting? The shooters, who would have been shooting outside, all ran into the store and mixed in with the innocents the moment police arrived.
The people that were standing out front ran inside of the convenience store, and the shooters still continued to fire shots.
Security cameras will help
What?
identify the shooters, but in the meantime, there was no
That's crazy.
casualties, despite the heavy
Dang,
gunfire.
bro.
I'm glad we're ending this scary episode on that note. No casualties.
That's good though. But man, bro, I want to say you never know what'll happen though. You gotta always be like aware, bro. Especially at gas stations. I never pump gas at night, bro. Never. You'll never see me pump gas at night. Never. Or if you got like a video, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, bro. It's crazy, man. This world crazy.